G'day guys, my name's Nick and welcome to my channel Low Range Nick, where I do videos about four-wheel driving, accessory fitting and maintenance for your four-wheel drive vehicle. So in today's video I'm going to be fitting some roof racks to my Suzuki Jimny, and I'm going to go through all of the steps necessary to fit them to the vehicle. So just before I get stuck into the installation, what I want to talk about quickly is the roof load rating and also why I'm fitting roof rails or roof racks instead of a platform system. So the maximum roof load rating for the Suzuki Jimny is 30 kilograms. So that actually includes our roof rack or platform system and also any gear that we put on top of that system. So all of that weight combined needs to be calculated and kept under that 30 kilogram rating. So now that we know our roof load limit, what we can do is jump onto the Rhino-Rack website and use their handy calculator to find out how much the roof racks or platform system can actually carry on our roof. So what you can see here is I've done a calculation for my load bars or for my roof racks, and the system load limit is 30 kilograms. So that's how much the roof can actually carry, 30 kilos. Our roof rack system weighs 7 kilos. The cargo capacity is 23 kilos. And now this is an on-road rating. So our on-road rating is 23 kilos that we can carry on those roof racks. If we go off-road though with our roof racks, the rating is derated because of obviously the sort of harsh environment and harsh conditions that these roof racks are going through. So it's derated to 15 kilograms of carrying capacity in an off-road situation. And what you can see here is the calculation for a platform system. So this would be if I had a Rhino-Rack platform system that I was going to fit to the vehicle. These are the specific weights. So what you can see is our load limit on the roof, 30 kilos. The roof rack system weighs 20 kilos because it is a platform system now. And what you can see here is our cargo capacity is only 10 kilograms because the roof rack system weighs a lot more. But what you can see down here is our off-road rating isn't changed because the platform system is a lot stronger, but it can still only carry 10 kilograms on the roof. So now we're just back at the roof rack system or roof rail system that I'm actually fitting to the vehicle today. And what you can see here is that legally the roof rails or roof racks can carry more weight on and off-road than the platform system, and they also come in a lot cheaper. So as I said before, the roof rack system that I'm fitting to my Suzuki Jimny is the black Rhino-Rack Vortex bars. So what I've got here is two Rhino-Rack Vortex bars. I've got a leg kit and also a fitting kit. So what I'll do now is get it all unboxed, get it all out and show you guys exactly what you get in the kit with the Rhino-Rack Vortex bars. Included in our Rhino-Rack roof rack system is our two roof rails or racks. We also have our four legs to mount the system to the roof. We have some rubber protectors for our legs so it doesn't do any damage to the roof. We also get some tools to help install the legs. We get a really good instruction manual, and we get a fitting kit to help fit the system to the roof racks. So now that I've gone through all of the parts in the roof rack system, now we can begin with the first step, which is loosening off the bolts on our roof rack legs and fitting our protective rubber strips. So I've just loosened these two bolts off as far as I could go. So I've just gone right to the end of the thread in these captive nuts in these roof rail legs. So now I have heaps of room to play with here when I'm fitting these to the gutter of the vehicle. So I can also fit my rubber little protection strip here to the edge of the leg, and that's going to protect the gutter from any damage. And this actually also has a rubber strip here to protect the roof from any damage when it's clamping down. So now I'm going to repeat this process for the other three legs. So before I fit the leg kit to the roof, I need to just change over the mounting hardware on the top of the legs here. So if you do have this style of roof rack, it's called the heavy duty Rhino-Rack roof racks. You can just use the standard little nut and bolt that's already fitted to these legs. But because I'm fitting the Vortex bars to the Suzuki Jimny, I need to change over the mounting hardware on the top of these legs. So to change over the mounting hardware on our leg kit, all we need to do is remove the little nut and bolt that comes fitted from standard. So we take that out. And then what we do is we get our little kit here with our conversion, and we just need to fit a couple of bits and pieces from this kit into the leg to support the Vortex bars. So what we do now is we get our little plastic spacer here, we fit that to the top of the leg, so that sits on there. We get a square washer, and that sits on the bottom there. We can get our bolt with our little spring washer on there and fit that through. And then we also have a square threaded little nut insert here, which goes onto the top, and that actually goes into our Vortex bar. So I'll just thread that on a couple of turns, and that can just sit there, and we can slide our Vortex bar into that when it's fitted to the roof. So that's all ready to go. So now I'll just do the rest and get them all ready to fit to the roof. So now that my roof rack legs are assembled and ready to go onto the roof, I'm just going to do a quick clean around the gutters on the roof. Make sure there's no leaves, dirt, debris or anything in the gutters before we fit the roof racks to the roof. So we'll just give this a quick clean with a microfiber towel. Make sure we're nice and clean and ready to go. And I'll do the same to the other side, and then we can fit the roof rack legs. So I'm just going to put a microfiber towel on the roof here, and I'm going to just roughly fit this leg in the sort of spot that I think it should go, and just gently rest it there onto the roof, and we'll carry on and do the same for the other 4 legs. So just get them sitting on the roof, and then we can carry on with the next step. So what I'm going to do is probably pick this plastic little trim here on either side, measure up to my roof rack legs, and then just get them in the exact same spot on both sides before I tighten them down. I'm also going to do the same with the back one here, measure to the back of the roof here and sort of keep a reference point, and then compare that to the other side as well. So for the front rail, I've set it back 450 mils. So what I've done is just measured from the plastic trim here to the start of my little plastic section here on the rack, on the leg. And 450 mils is the measurement that I've gone with for the front rail. So for the back rail, because there isn't really any markers or anything to go off here, so there's no seams or anything in the roof or anything that's easy to go off, what I'm going to do is measure from this rail now that I have the front rail set up. So I'm going to measure between this rail and the back rail and ensure that both of those are the same. What I've got here is probably about 690 to the start of my leg, start of the leg here. So I'll just scooch it over just a bit. That should be bang on 690. So just like the other side, I'm going to go from my front leg and I'm going to measure 690 mils. So now that I'm happy with the location of my legs, that they're perfectly even on either side, now what I can do is take my little special tool that's supplied in the kit and tighten these down finger tight just until it brings these roof rack legs up a little bit. Roof racks or rails to go onto the roof. Now what we need to do first is take off the end caps. You might need to take off both sides, and you just give the roof rack a bit of a shake, and what's going to happen is all of these rubbers and keys are going to fall out of the roof rack. So all of these parts are actually stored inside the roof rack or the roof rail when you get them. So just make sure you get those out before you fit these onto the roof, because these are the little rubber strips that we need to fit to the roof rack to stop all of our wind noise. So now I've taken my end caps off the roof rail. What I need to do is just slide my captive nuts on my roof rack legs into these slots on the bottom of the rail. So I'm just going to lift it with my finger underneath and then slide it into the slot there in the rail. And I'm just going to pull that all the way through. So now I've got my front and rear roof racks fitted onto the vehicle. What I need to do is go along with my tape measure now, and I just need to get the overhang on either side of the bars the exact same on both sides. So now I've fitted my roof racks onto the legs, and I've tightened down the bolts underneath the roof racks here to about 10 Newton meters. Now it's time to tighten down the bolts on my legs here onto the gutter. But before I do that, I'm just going to take my tape measure and go around and double check my measurements one last time to make sure the roof racks are sitting perfectly parallel across the roof before I tighten these bolts onto the gutter. So now I've got the bars tightened down to the roof, so the gutter bolts are tight and my Vortex bar bolts are tight underneath the mounts here. So everything's nice and secure to the roof. So before I fit my end caps to the rails, what I need to do is fit my rubber inserts into the roof racks. So what these do is reduce wind noise, and they also give a bit of grip to the roof racks to enable you to tie things down and have it nice and secure on the roof rack with a nice rubber grip. And make sure that nothing's loose. After a couple of weeks of driving around, it's probably a good idea to double check all the bolts again, just to make sure over that time nothing has come loose again. So there you go guys, now I have the roof racks fitted to the Suzuki Jimny. I've got the extra bit of storage space on the roof that the vehicle really needs. And there's also a really great spot to fit an awning and some other light accessories. So thank you very much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for more four-wheel driving, accessory fitting, and maintenance videos. Cheers guys.